coming to our offices. We're very glad to have you here. My name is Melanie, I'm the supply chain manager.
Hi, I'm Eleonora and I'm the project manager.
And I'm Anca, Codreanu, I'm the managing director.
Thank you for inviting us to your company. We appreciate it. So my name is Hana. I'm managing director of CSD Builder.
My name is Taiwo, Ibitayo, and I'm the program manager.
And my name is Chilel, I'm the corporate manager.
So we already seen your RFP and we already sent to you by email the quotation as well. However, there are some points that we need to negotiate today.
Yes, of course. Yeah, thank you again for coming in. We do really appreciate it. As you mentioned, you already replied to the RFP, and we just wanted to briefly touch on the agreed points. So as we agreed on, the total cost of the building is going to be fixed throughout the whole duration of the project. The lead time will be 12 calendar months, and the construction will be completed in 4 different phases, which you have been kindly provided. The insurance is also provided by you and will cover all loss and unforeseen events. Now we can move into the negotiation points.
Yes. So, the first point we would like to touch on are payment terms. We have already gone through our options and we agreed on 90 days net. How do you feel about that?
90 days.
Is a bit too much.
Yeah, it's too high for us because we need to consider to pay our worker and expenses that we must spend. However, maybe we will discuss around 50 days now. 15 days.
There is a massive gap between 90
Yes.
and 15, so
Yeah.
and 15 is completely, like, it's not
Yeah, this is a
feasible
big
for
project.
us.
Yeah.
Well, I think if we were to agree on something less than 90 would be 60 days. That would be the minimum that we'll be able to go.
Well, yeah, we understand. However, we also have the term agreement with our supplier, so maybe we can offer only 30 days.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that's quite fair.
But if we do 30 days, we need something in return, you know?
Well, as I said, 60 days is actually the lowest we can go. We will not be able to do it in 30 days, especially because we need to be able to see the materials. We need to make sure that the materials are according to specification. We need to see the progress.
But I think 30 days should be enough time for that.
I personally don't think that. We as a company don't believe that. However, on the 30 days basis, if you insist on the 30 days, we will also have to have a 2.5% settlement discount.
So can you explain more what is
2.5?
Yeah, 2.5%.
So, as we said, 60 is the minimum we can go, and this is for us. This is making a sacrifice as it is for us going from 90 to 60. However, if you want 30 days, that is fine, but you will have to provide us with a discount as well.
That is, yes.
So it will have to be a 2.5% settlement discount. Otherwise, it will be 60 days net.
Is the overall project or
The
It will be-
invoice for
It will be the invoice. On the
Yeah.
invoice, of
Invoice.
course.
Yes, so I think we will agree with 60 days. However, you should guarantee us you will pay in promptly, yeah?
Yeah, of course, yes.
Okay.
That's part of the contract, yeah.
So the next point we would like to look at are milestones.
Okay. So we have 4 phases, and the specifications are shown there, and we've sent it to you as well.
Very detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We were looking at these actually before coming to this meeting, and we agreed on paying you 20% after the completion of each phase, and there will be a remaining 20%, which we would proceed with paying at after 6 months of our tenants moving into the building.
okay, so if I get you clearly, you said you'd you want to divide the payments between the 4 phases, and then the last one, after 6 months, the tenants move in.
Yeah, correct.
Well, I think we don't totally agree to that, because we are offering 6 months insurance, so I don't think there is need to extend payments if we have 6 months insurance after we've handed over the keys to you.
Okay, we were not aware.
No, we do, yeah.
I mean, we are. So, just so we confirm, what does the insurance cover?
Well, it covers all accidental damages.
From both parties?
Yes, from both parties.
Okay, and that's for an
For 6
additional
months.
6 months?
Yes,
And it also covers the 12 months as we previously agreed?
12 months.
The
period,
project,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, it does.
I think that would work fine with us.
Yeah.
In which case, I think we can change to 4 payments,
Okay.
and we would be happy to pay 20% at the end of phase 1, 2, and 3, and then the remaining 40 at the last phase.
Well, in regards to the percentage, I think what we thought was we were hoping we could have 30% upfront, so as to pay the workers, suppliers, but we really need the 30% upfront, and then maybe another 30% after the second phase, and then the remaining 40% can be shared within the last 2 phases.
The thing is, I'm afraid that upfront payment is not really an option for us.
No, I think
we
you do have the financial stability to pay for your
Of course we
supplies.
do, but I think it's just very necessary.
And it's because what do you need it upfront? Like, what's the?
Well, to pay the workers, maybe
And we
because
deliver the material
yes, and
on site.
yeah, exactly.
And also, yeah.
'Cause it's-
Well, so if you are worried about materials, although it's my colleague Ellie said, you should have this financial situation to be able to cover the whole phase or the whole project as it is. But we understand your point, and the thing that we will be able to do in order to reach an agreement would be to offer you to pay for the material costs. Now, in order to do that, obviously we need the full breakdown of the cost of materials per each phase. So we can pay for the materials at phase 1, for example, on the agreed payment terms after the goods have been delivered.
Well, I think that would just make the payment term more complex.
Yeah, our first phase is bigger than second, third, and fourth because there are many. Yeah, to
Concrete
cover,
walls,
yeah.
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 So the major work is in the first phase, so we probably need a payment for
What
the
we
first
can
phase.
do now is we would waive the upfront payment because, as you mentioned, we are financially stable. But as long as you pay us 30% at the end of the first phase, and then the
We
second 30% at the end of the second phase, so we can do that.
The minimum, yeah.
I think we can do 25%.
No, I don't think 25% is a good deal. I mean, look at the milestones. As you can see, a lot of work will be done in the first phase and the second phase as well. So during this period, we need loads of funds
Yeah, because the major work is on the first phase, so we
Yes,
probably
the first
need
phase and second
most
phase.
of the money on that.
So we need 30%. We're going to
Okay, we understand that covers steel as well.
Yes.
I think we can do 30% at the end of the phase,
Yes.
The first one.
at the end of the first phase, on the agreed payment terms.
Yes.
And then we can proceed with 20% on the second, at the end of the second phase, 20% at the end of the third phase, and then the remaining 30 at the end of the fourth phase, on the agreed payment terms.
No, I still think, please can you show us the second phase, please? Because I still think we have lots of work to do on the second phase as well. So we need the 30% on the second phase as well.
Yeah, but also in order for us to see the progress and then evaluate and then go
The
through
whole project as
the
a
whole
whole,
project
yes.
as an overall, I think it's fair for both parties to start with a 30% and then we will finish with the remaining 30% in order to finish.
So 30, 20, 30. Okay. Yeah, well, I think we agree for 30% for the first phase and 20% in third phase and also 30% for the fourth phase.
Okay.
But no extension of payments.
Of
Yeah.
course,
No,
payments will be
that's
done on the
okay.
agreed payment terms, which is 60 days.
Yeah.
So, moving on, I think Melanie will cover the next points.
Yes, I would like to go ahead and talk about penalties.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to explain that we already have a set contract with our client. So it's important for us to have the building on time in order to hand it out and then comply with our own contract with our client. So we were thinking about monitoring the penalties on a monthly basis. In line with inspections, that we can talk about this after, and we will find you 3% of the total cost of the project per each week delay. What do you think about that?
Actually, if we agree on penalties being on a monthly basis, it would be quite complex for us. So what we agreed as a company was to actually, the penalty should be based on the 12-month period that we agreed, instead of a monthly basis.
I think,
Well,
what about the having it in phases though? Wouldn't that be in line with what we
I think
we agree with the
I think the
milestones?
best option is still the end of the 12 months because it doesn't matter how we go about the building. All you should be concerned with is at the end of the 12 months your building is ready. So if your building is not ready at the end of that 12 months, then you can penalize us.
Okay.
I think as long as we can agree that the penalty will be done for each week of delay,
and also
it would be applied to
Yeah.
the overall.
No, we
And
can't do each week of delay.
What we agreed was if we're unable to finish the project, then we'll have a penalty of monthly instead.
Lots of delay.
Yeah.
Well, in which case, if you guys want to go for monthly, I think we can proceed with it. Will be a 12%.
Wow,
that's
even the 3% you mentioned earlier is higher.
yeah.
Well, that's
So we
that's not
Well,
that's
as I was saying, because we have already a contract, it's really difficult for us to just like let it go and don't think very thoroughly through the penalties because it's really important for us. So I think we can go ahead and agree on
On the
overall.
Yes.
But I want to know what do you think about the 3% because it's actually
I
the
think,
core
yeah.
of the negotiations.
3% is too high. It's too high. So
Too
maybe
high.
we can consider 0.4%.
No, I think that's not an option for us. 0.4% is too low. So in order to help each other, because this, I just want to, let's work together. What about the 2%? I think it's fair for both companies.
2%. Yeah, I think
We can do more than that.
we can efficiently do that. 2%. I think we agree.
2%? Because
2% is the penalty.
I think like it's between
Okay.
both of us.
okay.
Okay, just to confirm, it would be 2% penalty for each week delay on the overall.
Yeah, I think that's fine because
lead time.
we're
We're-
companies efficient enough, so we should be fine. With
Yeah, we
2%.
probably wouldn't
Yeah.
need to be penalized.
Okay.
Okay, let's hope so.
Okay, so however, regarding to the penalties, so we will ask you how about the percentage. It will be the same as a bonus because we want the same
Profit, right?
Well, actually, bonuses were not on our scope. However,
We thought about it, but
we thought about it, yes. So, because the matter in here is the bonus, in my opinion, should be based on per month, per each month. So if we said to give you a bonus, it should be considered on a monthly basis. Not as a weekly, like we said before, because it doesn't make any difference for me or the company or my client if I hand out the building to them a week before, and I don't even know if that's suitable for them. So that's why it was not on our scope, but in order to make it fair, what about the 1% bonus?
0.1.
0.1%.
I think
Yeah.
that's low.
Come on, we need to
We need to
motivate
encourage
our staff, our
and the
internal.
laborers.
But you understand that we do agree, we already agreed on
Yeah.
a lead time. We have the tenants that are moving in as soon as you hand us the key. So obviously, for us as a company, we don't really have to have the building finished before the due date.
Yeah,
So this is more for your benefit.
Okay,
more
but
than-
what about? Okay. So okay. Okay. So let's make another offer. What if I agreed on a 0.2% bonus per month on early completion of the total cost of the project, of course? So 0.2 of the total cost of the project
Per month.
Per month.
per month.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we agree with that.
It's perfect then.
Yeah?
Can we agree on that? Okay, this is great then. Okay, so now, because we talk about the inspections and the penalties, let's go through that to see
Yes,
if we
yes,
have everything
definitely.
clear.
Thank you, Melanie. Going forward, obviously you do understand that this is our building and we really want to keep an eye on our project. So we were thinking of having a monthly planned visit to inspect the building and also bring with us a third party without any notice, if that's okay with you.
Oh, we don't have a problem for this site visits. The only issue we'd have for the monthly one is we'd like it to be in the middle of the month, maybe like every 15th of the month.
Okay.
And then for the on a daily basis, we wouldn't mind as long as we have 24 hours prior information that we'll be visiting the next day. So we would have the correct engineers or workers that you need to ask your questions.
Well, I think that 24 hours of prior
Yeah,
notice is
so
not a problem.
that's
That's
fine,
fine.
okay.
That's fine.
We can send you an email just to confirm. But in terms of the 15th, I think that's not, it's not feasible really, because obviously our auditors have different projects that need to keep an eye on. So I think maybe we could still keep with the 24-hour notice.
What about 21 days?
As-
You bring in external auditors, so this is like coming to investigate what we're doing. So I think it's like
It's
a
not
big
like an
deal.
investigation, it's just just to see the progress of the.
But I still think it's a big deal. So why don't you inform us like 21 days before you come?
21 days.
21 days, I don't
Then,
I think we might not even be able to have that information 21
Yes,
days.
exactly.
We can agree on
Maybe 7 days?
seven days. So for
Yes.
to come in a third party.
That's
So
fine.
arrange
So
it
we
with
have 7 days prior information that you'll be coming, so we'll get our staff ready to meet you.
Okay, thank you. In terms of warranties, obviously I know that this is a really sensitive subject. You do understand that this project is massive for us, and we would like to have a warranty period of 24 months, starting from the termination of contract.
So I see that you don't
Don't
think it's
agree with
reasonable.
that?
Well, considering the fact that we're giving you 6 months insurance,
Yeah.
after we've handed over the keys to you, I think.
Well, in which case you only have an additional 18 months.
Yeah,
Because we were thinking of giving 6 months.
Yes.
6 months warranty.
But you do understand that if anything happens to the building within like a certain amount of time, the issues that might like they might
Come up.
come up, like they are due to the project and how it has been developed. So that's why we still want to push for 24 months of warranties.
So 24 is quite a lot. Keeping in mind we're giving 6 months insurance, and then we're ready to offer another 6 months warranty.
So maybe you need to consider about it because it's
So that would be like a period of 12 months.
I think you guys need to also consider if this project is taking 12 months to be built, then it's definitely a lot of work going into it. So especially foundation and everything. We also, we need a warranty of at least an additional 18 months after the insurance, which will total up to 24 months.
Yeah.
So we can also see the building and how it will react in different environments and
Conditions, yeah.
different weather conditions. You know, like for example,
Well-
the heating in the window or the aircon or...
I think what we could do too is maybe we can agree on 18 months, including the 6 months of insurance.
So that's 12 months for warranty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that okay for you?
No, it should be fine.
To
So,
confirm,
yeah.
it's 6 months after completion of contract insurance, and then
Insurance.
from...
That moment you have 12 months.
Yeah.
So it's 18 months after the keys are handed in.
And I would also assume that insurance covers the same as the warranty as well, as accidental damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's
Any faults
due,
with
if it's because of our work, that's fine, we're willing to cover that, but if it's because of
because we
some
can see the
mistake on
conditions
the...
first.
Okay.
Based on the
So you can
conditions.
inspect
Based on the
the
conditions,
conditions.
yes.
Okay. Obviously, yeah, we will bring a third party as well, so
Yeah,
it
yeah.
will be very fair, yeah? So lastly, but not least, termination of contract. As agreed, it's going to take 12 months to finish the project, and the contract will be terminated once the keys have been handed to us. We also do reserve the right to terminate the contract without any prior warrant in case the company struggles financially or you do not comply with specifications, or you outsource the project to another company without consulting us first. What do you think about that?
I think we're okay with those points, just to remind your company that in case of breach of contract coming from your side, we would like a compensation fee of 5%.
You need to,
Yeah.
can you elaborate on the 5% of what?
Yeah, 5% being that you've agreed on a contract and if you've decided to breach it, because based on the time we've spent and the money, we could have worked for another company.
Yeah,
So if you decide to breach on the company, you pay us 5% of the amounts, 5% of the total cost, depending on what work we've done already.
So for instance, if you finish, let's say we terminate the contract on phase 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
We will pay you for one phase only.
You
No,
pay,
we'll
you
pay
pay us
5%.
5% of
of
the
the
phase 2.
phases.
Only on phase 2.
I think that's really,
That's,
that's
yeah,
really good.
perfect.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
agree on that.
perfect.
Yeah.
So although, so just to make this clear, so although you would have already finished phase 2, we're paying you
5%.
5% of the phase only.
No, of all the amounts that we've spent,
To
5%
finish.
is
Oh,
the
and an
compensation.
additional 5%.
and an additional 5%.
Oh, okay.
I think that's.
Yeah, I this is something else.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it will be fun.
Because we've wasted resources, labor, material.
I don't think we will reach
Yeah,
that point.
exactly.
No,
I
but,
understand.
Just in case.
Yeah,
I
we
get
will
it.
Also with your
Yeah.
company.
So I think it's fair for us to accept, we will accept to pay for whatever work you have done
Yeah.
up to the point.
If something happens.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe we can look into a 1%.
No, because we are giving you, because you already asked for the right to terminate the contract at any time,
And
without
also,
priorities. So, you can decide to terminate your contract anytime, and that wouldn't affect you. That
Well,
would affect
we
us.
have, I think, as Ellie just said, we have said the reasons why we will terminate the contract immediately. And those would be because of breaches of contracts on your side.
But we are just saying that if we did not breach contract and maybe it's from your side, you have to pay us 5% compensation fee
I think we already.
of how much
yeah.
of the
Of
total
the-
amount you spend.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
We did that
Additional,
way.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agree, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Talking about compensation fee, obviously, we also thought about this, and we were thinking compensation fee would be any additional cost incurred in regard to appointing another supplier to finish the project. For instance, if you do only 2 phases, we still need, and you cannot proceed with the project, we still need to be done with the remaining amount of time, so that would be, 6 months. So obviously, we would not have to come into contact with another suppliers, and that would take time, and they would need more resources to finish the project. So what we were thinking is that you would have to pay for the extra cost incurred to
Of finding a new.
yes,
And to finish the project on
and to
time.
finish the project on time.
Finish the project is too long.
I think the period of time the new contractor used to finish the project, I don't think that's up to us to decide.
No,
No, I don't
what
think-
we're trying to explain is, let's say for example you're breaching the contract and we have to terminate the contract immediately. In which case we will have, let's say for example this happens 6 months into the construction. The remaining 6 months, obviously, we would lose a couple of 2 weeks until you get all your materials out of our site, and then we get the new installer to move in. So obviously they will have to rush to finish the building within the shorter lead time, because they will probably have another 5 months or so remaining. In which case we'll probably have to pay a premium. So here is where we are asking you to pay us for any additional costs that we will incur in finishing the project.
Okay, I think we can. But hopefully we won't get to this.
No, hopefully not.
I'm
For
sure
the
we won't,
paperwork.
but
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Well, I think that went really well. I hope you guys are as happy as we are. So thank you very much for coming and finding the time to meet
Is there
with us.
anything else we want to discuss?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Maybe if we have something, we will email your email that you already sent
Of
me.
course.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
we will give you the contact of our lawyers as well, whenever you're willing
Yes.
to send us for
Yeah.
time.
Let's,
So-
And let's revise what we agreed on,
Yeah,
and then
we'll
we
send it over.
can move on and
So yeah, we'll review with our lawyers.
Yes.
We'll amend it, and then we'll send you the final contract
Yeah,
for your
and-
final approval.
Maybe we also need time to refuse by our lawyer too, then maybe we can send.
Okay,
Of course,
perfect.
that's perfect.
And thank you very much. Look forward to working
Thank
with
you.
you.
Same. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.